everybody.
Hello.
All right. We had a good couple of sixth graders that came in a little bit ago and read you a story.
Yeah.
Was it a little bit scary?
No.
Did it use scary words?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
All right, so I'm going to tell you a story today, and I want you to be thinking in your mind what some of the words are that are scary. Bentley, look up here. We're going to start our story.
Is it upside down?
So be thinking about words that are spooky, scary. How many of you have written a scary story? Any of you? You have. Well, today we're going to start writing a spooky, scary story. I think you'll enjoy this. So let's see if you guys can think of some words as I read that might be spooky or scary to help us learn about this story. It says, Boo, a ghost story that could be true. It was a dark and scary night on a farm. It was as dark as the inside of a cow. A farmer was reading a book. He was reading about old Clara Clabber, who drowned in pickle juice. On nights like this, her ghost was known to float about and whine.
Who is that? Probably his wife.
A wind whipped up. It began to wail. Woo! The farmer stopped reading and listened. He heard, boo! He thought, that's not wind. It's Clara Clabber's ghost.
Who's Clara?
The farmer was spooked, so he sang himself a song. He sang about green fields of grass, which cows chew in spring. But green was the color of pickles, and pickles reminded him of pickle juice, and pickle juice reminded him of Clara Clabber's ghost. Boo! The ghost is close. Its moan squeezed through the knotholes of the house. What if the ghost squeezed in too? What if it squeezed him? The farmer lugged his laundry out, hankies and socks and such. Then he plugged up every knothole with clothes. The sniff of a hound couldn't slip in now, he said.
They can pull through walls.
Boo! Moaned the ghost. It sounded as close as his shadow. He stood stiff as a scarecrow, waiting for it to pounce. But he thought, no ghost grabs me without a fright. Then he felt tough enough to tie the ghost into a knot. So he opened the door. Come on in, Clara Clabber, he roared. Try to clobber me. Moo. Miss Grass. The farmer was so glad to see his cow, he kissed her. Come on in, he said. So she did. It wasn't dark anymore. The sun was coming up. The farmer got a stool and milked Miss Grass. The farmer wasn't scared anymore. He drank a glass of milk and ate a pickle. Then he unplugged the knotholes, got dressed, and went outdoors to finish his chores.
Outdoors and chores.
Outdoors and chores.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, did you come up with some some words that could be in a scary story? What do you think, Wesley?
Boo.
Boo. Ooh.
Clara.
Oh, Clara Clabber the ghost? Yep, the
Like
ghost. Moo, maybe? That's kind of a cow's, what a cow says.
Yeah, but sometimes if you don't see it,
Sometimes it sounds like. Do you think he was getting the cow mixed up with the ghost?
Yeah.
Because the cow was saying, moo.
Yeah, but it wanted to come
And it
inside.
wanted to come inside. Good thinking, I like it.
If he was standing by the door,
Mhm.
that's it. Like I'm gonna watch.
Were there any other words that he used that could be a little spooky in a story besides ghost and sounds? Anything else?
Really? Oh, scratches.
Scratches,
Shadows.
shadows,
Modes.
moans. What was it like outside?
Dark.
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 Sometimes things are a little more scary in the dark.
Jacob's.
What did you want to say, John? All right. Okay. I've got a slideshow up here for us. Okay. All right. We're going to talk about the elements of a scary story. We've already been practicing writing a story, right? So now we're going to talk about the elements of a scary story. It's a slideshow. All right, you ready to watch it? Okay. So let's see what the first slide says. See, how does that work? I don't think this is going to work on this board. I'm going to have to do it back here. Alright, we got it figured out now. Okay. What's the first thing in our slideshow? The problem. Remember, in our last story we had a problem. What did you want to say, Lila? You want to read it? Okay, Lila's going to stand up and read it nice and loud. Okay, here we go, guys. Listen to Lila. Go ahead.
Every scary story has a problem. Common problems are being chased, hearing strange noises, getting lost, or being trapped in a place.
All right, so there's some problems that might need to be solved in a scary story. All right, let's go on to the next one. All right, McKenna, you want to read it nice and loud? Here's some other problems.
Problems. They are things that happen in real life, like people turning into monsters or zombies, traveling through time or space.
Okay, so supernatural means it's not going to really happen in real life, but we can use our imaginations to come up with some pretty cool stuff, right? Like zombies, space, all those kinds of things, right?
Space actually exists.
Yep, space does exist. You're right. But if we use monsters and zombies, is that real?
No.
All right, let's go on to the next one. Okay, let's have Nora read that one.
Right?
Listen to the breath.
The setting is where the dark play to go. Many scary stories
So they gave us some suggestions for settings, right? All right. Okay, let's read this together. The words say, what can you see? What sounds do you hear? What can you smell? What is the time of day and the season? All right, so there's, let's give you some more ideas. Okay, let's go on to the next part. Okay, characters, let's read it together. The characters in your story can be ordinary people just like you, or they can be made up characters like witches, ghosts, zombies, or mad scientists. Okay, that's it for our slideshow. Now, let me tell you what we're going to do today. Okay? All right. Around the room. Eyes on me. Focus, focus.
Time to focus.
Okay, on each of your tables, we're going to have cards like these on there. Okay? So you're gonna pick a partner after we're done with explaining. Okay? Listen to the directions. Okay? All right. So remember, we can have 2 or 3 characters. All right. So these are the character cards. Eyes on me. Eyes on me. Jake. These are the character cards. You can pick 2 or 3 character cards for your story, okay? Then we have a bag with settings in it. If you don't like the settings, or if you don't like the characters, you can create your own, okay? But these are ideas that you can use. Now we're also going to have items that are in your story. And you can have 3 or 4 of these items. Good, keep it in your mind, and we'll let you talk in just a second. Okay, now these cards are problems that you need to solve in your story. You pick one problem, okay? All right, whisper to your partner, pick a partner. You can also have 3 people in your group. No more than 3 though. 2 or 3. 2 or 3 people in the group. Touch your mouth. Okay, I know you guys are excited. I'm excited too to see what you're going to do. But now I've got to tell you what else you got to do. So after you pick those, then we're going to have this paper right here for you. Okay, each of you are going to get one. So on the front, Riker, Bentley, Coleman, listen. This is our graphic organizer, okay? It has the problem, so you're going to write it down, what your problem is that you picked. Then it has the setting, write it down. The characters, you can have how many? 2 or 3. Items, how many items can we have?
4.
Up to 4, 3 or 4. All right? Now, if you're really fast and you get that all done, you can turn it over and it says beginning. So, what did we write in our last story for our beginning? Who can can tell me what we put in our beginning paragraph?
Introduction.
The introduction. And what was in the introduction, Nora? Your what?
Problem.
Your problem and your
Solution.
characters. Not your solution. Where does the solution
At
go?
the end.
At the end is where we're going to do our solution. So at the beginning, we're going to introduce our story. Where did it take place? Who are our characters? And what is our problem? Okay? Then in the middle, you're going to break that up into sequence. And you're going to put it in order. What happens first, second, third. Okay? So, but today we're going to just work on the beginning, and we're going to work on this page today. And then I'm going to go around and check you to see how you're doing, if you need any help writing. Okay? And then we'll discuss this a little bit later if we want to move on forward. Okay? Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is we have words that we want to use to make nice sentences. I've got spooky words for you, words that are emotional, like happy, sad, scared.
Creepy.
Scary words are like creepy, dark.
Killing.
Well, I don't want any killing in this, okay? You can be chased. You can be chased by something, but nobody's gonna get killed, okay? We'll talk about, I don't think we're gonna use guns, okay? But you can use things like a piece of wood or a rock,
A knife or a bat?
a bat. Okay, no
Using a
knives,
knife.
no knives,
Pretend
no,
knife. A pretend knife.
no knives, no guns.
No.
We have items. There's items here. Look through the items and see what you can use in your story. Okay? Okay, let's just go over this one more time. Make sure we got everything.
No, it's a bat.
Okay. How many of you have 3 in a group? How many have 3? You have 3. Anybody else have 3?
I have 3. We have 3.
Okay.
Me and Family do one.
Okay, you groups that have 3, you're going to pick character, setting, or problem. So each of you will pick one of those and write it on your paper. Okay? You can write everything on your paper, but I want you to be in charge of those. Okay, let's get started with that. Just stay where you are. Stay where you are. I'm going to get my cards ready. And we'll get started.